Thank you, Michael. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first edition of Cocktails with the Cast from Market House Theater. I'm Steve Schwetman. I'll be kind of your host for the next, a few weeks when we do this. This is going to be every other Tuesday. We'll talk to casts from your favorite shows, Market House, and get behind-the-scenes stories of what went on. Share some good times, too. Tonight, we are kicking off the show that launched our season in 2018, Mamma Mia. We're glad to have you passed along. And since this is Cocktails with the Cast, everybody raise your beverage. And let me marry the toast by saying, may we all continue to be safe during these times, and may we all be on stage in Market House again real soon. Cheers.
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 Good to see everybody. First question I want, this is going to show some of our ages here. This is for the younger members of the show. How many of you were first exposed to the music of ABBA through this show? Most of us growing up heard them on the radio, but how many of you were unaware of the music until you saw the show?
I've heard it before, but just like a snippet. I never got fully invested in it until we did Mamma Mia, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly continued to enjoy it as we
I only knew and show, but
for me, growing up, my parents were huge ABBA fans, and anything my parents liked is what I grew up listening to. I was not allowed to have my own music taste. It was whatever my parents wanted me to like. So being in Mamma Mia, I had grew up with ABBA, so I got to know that before I was in the show, which made falling in love with music so much easier.
yeah, kind of same for me. I had heard the songs before, and I'd love the songs for what they were individually, not even knowing that they were from a musical. But so I'd grown up and I'd heard the songs and I'd love them. And whenever I found out that they were from a musical and that, especially being able to perform the songs that we all love, that was just a blast.
Grace, how about you?
I've loved Mamma Mia, and I've loved ABBA my whole life. So, yeah, I've always liked it. I grew up with it, with ABBA.
Going to the audition process, first of all, I know everybody was excited when it was announced that Market House was doing Mamma Mia. Did anybody have any roles in particular they were gunning for?
Well, I clearly wanted to be Donna, but that didn't happen.
Ever since, I've always loved ABBA, and I raised Emily on ABBA too, anything 80s and 70s. But when the movie first came out, we were both
I don't know, how old was I when that movie came out?
Oh, I don't remember what year, but
12, I don't know.
Maybe.
2004.
Yeah. We both looked at each other and we were like, oh, someday, wouldn't it be wonderful? And
it was wonderful.
It was.
Yeah. So it was kind of a dream come true, really.
It was. I wanted to just be part of it with the three. I wanted to be one of the three women. I wanted to have that experience, that kind of bonding kind of experience. And I did. But it was wonderful. So.
I love any opportunity to use an accent. So
yes.
I immediately was like, I'd like to go for an Australian accent.
And as soon as you whip that out during the audition, it's like, okay. What else is left?
Completely accomplished that. Now, I wanted to be one of the three women too, but everyone kept saying, "You're Tanya. You're Tanya." I don't know why, but
nobody else does either.
Shocking.
How many? Which of you? This was your first Market House show?
Definitely me. This was my first show at Market House, and it was awesome.
Being in this was my first Market House show too, and also Mamma Mia was one of those shows that I just always dreamed of being a part of because I just loved the show, and it was just one of the best experiences. And these people are the funniest people you will ever meet. It was just a great time.
Well, Haley, the thing I loved about you, with this was that you caught our eye early in rehearsal, because every dance move, everything that we did, you were on point. You know, you were show ready. You were all in every single. We were like 9 o'clock. Can we go home now? And she was like, "Come on."
It was true.
It was all that
Because we're
coffee.
old.
She knew all the dance moves, and then she knew everybody else's dance moves, and she knew everybody's lines and lyrics too. So
That comes in handy.
yeah.
That's what I want. I'm really good at memorizing things, and that's what I want to do when I get older. So it was so cool, because like also getting to like learn another track besides my own, like that's what made me fall in love with like understudying and like being a swing, because that's what I want to do now, because I just like loved being able to do so many different things. I just thought it was so fun.
Russell, wasn't this your first show also?
Yes, this was my first show. It was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Something just had to tickle my fancy.
We had a great time singing backstage.
What was that again, Dawn? Oh, sorry. But well, anyway, that kind of reminds me, Russell, you get to work with Robert on stage, and I know that we had Emily and Kim working together on stage. It's really extra. Is it extra special when it's family working together?
Yeah, because we only have 4 hours every night together, and if one of us did this show, then we would have no time together. So that allowed us to have the whole summer to just hang out outside of work and also sing together, which is what we do in the car.
Yeah, and Tony Lucas too.
What about you two?
Who?
Oh, us.
Yeah.
You can answer it, Emily.
Okay. I mean, yeah, my first musical ever at the Market House was with my mom. So we've been singing together and performing together for a long time. And to have this, to be able to play mother-daughter was extremely special and extremely touching. And I'm sure I got on her nerves at some point, but we just had a blast. It was such a neat experience for us and for our relationship.
The only time it was sad is when she started crying, and
Especially that last show.
Flipping through my fingers.
That just made all of us cry.
Yeah.
Well, Tony, you and Lucas working together on a show again. That had to be extra special for you guys too.
Well, this is our fourth show that we've done together. And honestly, that as a parent, and I'm sure, Kim understands this too, for me, it meant more that Lucas was in the show. And, I was more excited that, for him to be in the show for anything that I might have done in it.
Michael, let's get the first. Go ahead.
I like that Kim and Emily's first show at Market House, Tony was also in.
That's right.
Tony, you didn't hold me in your arms.
Didn't carry you this show, did I?
Actually, yes, you did. You caught me. Actually,
That's
you
true.
did.
And it was the right amount of time ago.
I was a little heavier this time around.
There was actually a picture of from Joseph when he was holding you up on that mirror on the set in Mamma Mia, just slipping through my fingers.
There sure was.
A baby.
That's right. Yes, I was a child.
There is a family thing about it. My husband was in the orchestra, so
yeah, that's right.
that was a
That's right. Tony was in the orchestra. Yeah.
Family, just having that time to spend together instead of apart. That just makes it all that much better.
Well, and I think that's what's special about community theater too.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Joy.
Getting to share that with your family.
Great.
Well, and you talk about community theater, and I mean, you're all my family, and that's
right.
When I come to do a show, I come so I can hang out with my friends. I like the rehearsals.
Oh yes.
More so than the shows.
I do too.
Just that's my play time, and getting to hang around fun people that I adore. That's my favorite.
Mm-hmm. That was
Market House helped create my family, literally. I mean, I'm the father of some children a lady that I met at Market House.
Father of some children.
Sorry, I'm having some very bad echo coming back, so I'm hearing myself a half a beat right after I say it.
You sound good on our side.
Anyway, I met the mother of my children doing a Market House show when we did Les Mis. So, I mean, this is extremely special for me. And I just love what community it builds and what really kind of community has made my family grow larger.
Michael, if we can roll that first clip. This is Honey Honey with Emily and Amber Dawn and Adrian Holloman. Let's take a look at this real quick. You and Adrian and Amber were playing lifelong friends. It looked like you guys had been friends, like I just said, lifelong friends. Was that pretty easy to work with? I mean, I know Adrian really well, and Amber I'm getting to know through some stuff we've done together. But it looked like you guys really gelled well together.
We really did, and that was true from first rehearsal. And I knew Adrian from some other things in Paducah. I didn't really know Amber, and just getting to spend time with them. Both of them have just incredibly warm personalities, and they just liked to have fun, and I fall into that category as well. So we had an absolute blast, and I mean, it was like we had known each other forever.
Let's go ahead, Michael. Let's show Dancing Queen. This has got three of our lead ladies, Kim, Janet, and Victoria.
I'm already out of breath.
You are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Dancing queen, feel the beat from the tambourine. Oh yeah, you can dance, you can try, having the time of your life.
Let's hear about it. Let's talk about that scene. How much fun was it putting together?
Oh, it was so fun. That was definitely our hardest scene because we were sucking air every time. We did it so many times and we still sucked air. I don't know.
I filled it regardless every time.
It was fun though, just we felt like a team kind of out there.
Oh, we did.
Yeah. Yeah, it made it really easy to believe that we were reunited after being best friends in our youth, and just in the bedroom scene there, you know. But yeah, Kim was right. We were sucking air big time, and then we realized that's what we'd be doing anyway because we're old, so it was okay.
I liked all of it except for the crotch grab. I didn't care for that.
You sold it.
That was a first for me. In a lot of shows.
Been any worse than the booth there.
Professional.
The tiny things that Michael had Victoria do in that song stole the whole scene because she was so hilarious. The audience was dying.
Hi, Mark Taylor.
You're not driving, are you, Mark?
I just got off work. But I couldn't miss it. I wouldn't miss it. Wow.
Awesome.
Well, glad to have you along, Mark. And I'm glad you're here. We're gonna. I got one more question for the ladies, but we're gonna get to you and the guys here. But is that your favorite song of the show to perform?
It was mine, I think.
Say that again. Was that our favorite song?
Yes. Yes. Of all the songs you performed at the show, was that your favorite?
I did love Chiquitita with Janet.
I did. Chiquitita was a sentimental favorite. I think Dancing Queen was the most fun for me.
It was.
But Chiquitita was pretty.
I did enjoy Super Trooper.
Super Trooper. Oh yeah. I mean, with the boots. How can you not have fun in super boots?
And sequins and boots.
That was our first deal, you know.
Yeah.
Our
I'm changing my answer to Super Trooper. Yeah.
I love that. When we first got to walk out in those amazing costumes, that's kind of priceless.
But the fun was watching you guys run down those stairs to make that entrance.
Oh yeah.
That was something I enjoyed every night.
That was something.
That was a quick change. That one was a
yeah.
quick change. That was a.
That was.
Please help me. Let's get
Move
it
out of the
done.
way.
Yes. Yes. And I apologize to everyone for the words I said back there.
You are forgiven.
Okay,
So
well,
let's do the third clip.
Okay, well, let's
Hi,
get
Michael.
the third clip because this one's got the guys and Emily. This is also, yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Oh my gosh.
The Flippers.
It's hard. Guys, I love it.
This is so much fun.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness. My absolute favorite time.
You were very limber.
How hard was it for you guys to rehearse that? How hard was it on?
It was hard to walk in the flippers at first.
We rehearsed a long time without the flippers.
Oh,
They
yeah.
came later.
Yeah, when they came later, it became like a whole different scenario. Like it was like a really big change, but it also like it took a lot for us to get adjusted to the flippers itself.
Make sure you got those knees up.
Yes.
I had so much trouble getting those goggles on every time. They would just fall off my head, even like probably the first night of the show, it even fell off my head. But,
Okay, no offense, but some of us wore 6-inch platforms, so.
So keep telling us
I haven't done that before.
And you wore them well, Josh. You
Oh,
Better
thank you.
than anybody.
They were hot pink.
So let me ask the guys real quick. Who amongst you had never worn flippers before? Had anybody not worn flippers at all? Andrew?
I definitely did not wear flippers until that moment.
No, really?
Yeah.
I use them in the water where you're supposed to use them. But.
Harder than it looks.
It's a whole different experience wearing them on land.
I lost count of the amount of times I fell because like they're bigger than your feet and you're not used to that. So like whenever we were doing high knees, they would like hit each other. So like I would try and do a high knee and they would keep banging against each other, and it took some getting used to for sure.
Oh yeah.
When you guys rehearsed this with the flippers, how many times did you were rehearsing? Like, stop, do it again.
Oh.
Plenty.
Yes, that's appropriate answer.
I definitely, it was a good workout. Sweaty every night.
So let's go ahead and get the next clip. We were just talking about Super Trooper, how much fun it is. Let's roll that clip.
Tonight the Super Trooper beats out on a blinding, but I won't feel blue like I always do. 'Cause somewhere in the crowd there's Super Trooper. He's stuck on a blind beat.
I just want to know if Victoria remembers her line right after that.
No, what was it?
I don't know, but I don't know that you ever said it correctly.
It came out twice the same way.
Something about men.
Hens at a hen party, chickens at a hen party or something.
Hey, no man, this is a hen only party. Very creative.
I was trying to be creative.
Hey, hen party, no men allowed. That's what you were supposed to say.
But what did I say? Most of the time I said
You were like, hen party, no women allowed.
I was fast.
About how we had to put up papers in the pit that said "Pepper my snapper."
Where'd the costumes come from?
Angela.
Angela made them.
Angela made them.
Yeah. They were incredible.
We designed them.
Yeah.
Designed them for each of us and made them.
No,
Yeah.
Tony bought one of mine for me. He loved it so much he bought it for me and the boots. So.
Victoria, what you guys do in your bedroom is your business, okay? Talk about putting them on the first time and then walking out to the rest of the cast, their reaction.
Oh.
One of the memorable is putting on the boots for the first time.
Yes.
Because we were like baby giraffe walking around like.
Speak for yourself.
I was a baby giraffe.
I'm comfortable in a heel.
I gotta say, one of the things I looked most forward to every night was in the last number, when we were all dancing and then we parted ways and the men came out and the audience like went nuts, like nuts every night, and it just like made me almost cry out of happiness. It was
That was a great moment.
Well, Michael, can we roll the next clip? Let's roll this one. Get everybody's response.
This was their favorite.
Oh my God, I already know.
Oh my gosh.
Look at how cute they all are.
You never could get these steps.
Oh, the circle thing.
Never got that.
Oh, God.
It really looks good. It's perhaps because it's 5 frames a second.
That wasn't that hard.
That old thing?
That's the dancer in the group.
The old
Me and Emily had the job during that.
I've never been so happy to be told to go stand in a corner and don't move.
How long did it take to rehearse that particular number?
Golly.
Oh,
I never stopped rehearsing it.
I mean, it probably took a week to learn, and then we rehearsed it and rehearsed it and rehearsed it over and over again.
It took a week for you to learn, maybe.
No, see, it took a week. It took a week to learn it, and then it took another week to relearn it because we all learned it differently.
I never really,
think
did learn it.
actually means.
Simply because we were running into each other.
I have to say that
actually
I
means
changed it during the course of the
Physically took a week to it.
because I didn't like what we had originally set. So Emmy and I were always kind of adapting and altering the movements a little bit till finally we got that center circle twirling with Emily coming up in the middle of it, and that's when we finally knew we had the right movements there. So you guys learned probably 5 variations of that.
Michael, thanks.
I feel much better about it.
Me too.
That's the creative process in sport.
It wasn't my
That's why I was going the wrong direction and running.
That was the other dance you learned.
So I take it that was everyone's least favorite ensemble scene.
It was a great number. It was
It's
just
fantastic. It looks
It was
wonderful.
fun.
It was a love-hate. It was a
We
love-hate
were
thing.
glad when it was over. Like,
Yes.
oh, it's over.
That's right.
Yeah, it was kind of torture.
And it was the end of the first act.
Right.
So we could go.
Wouldn't you agree? That number and so many others had so many wonderful vocal parts that, I mean, we were a great chorus. We could sing, it was great. And then we put all those dance moves with it, and then kind of falls apart, and then it builds back up again. So
The end of every number.
Let me ask the chorus members then, what was your favorite number? Each member of the chorus, just
wow.
5 minutes.
Okay, my favorite song to sing the backup to was "Take a Chance on Me"
yeah.
No, you
Absolutely.
hush. You hush it up.
because the boys hated it. The girl part was fun.
Take a chance.
I don't believe we did it right
Yes,
ever.
take a chance.
It was fun because we never knew what lyrics were going to come out, you know?
What are you saying?
Victoria's mouth.
Just rolling around with Robert on the floor. I don't know why Concentrate.
While I'm making perfect eye contact with your husband in the pit.
Sure.
Dawn, what was your favorite number to perform in?
Oh gosh, well, since I played every single one of them, it's hard to tell. I love the Voulez-Vous, the end of the first act was very fun to play for the orchestra. Any of the fast ones were fun, and but I don't know, just.
She
I
told
like
me
Waterloo.
that her favorite song was "Our Last Summer." So
I love Last Supper.
Yes, Our Last Supper.
Last Supper.
Our Last
I love
Supper, yeah.
Under Attack. That one was really fun.
Under Attack.
Oh yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Oh my gosh, that was so
Beautiful
much.
Grace, you were getting ready to say something. You were getting ready to tell us your favorite number?
Oh, it was Under Attack, and I also have like a hot take. My favorite song to dance was Voulez-Vous.
You're also a really good dancer.
Yes.
That is. I loved
The
it.
dancers love that one.
That's my favorite too.
What about you, Elijah?
I think to dance was probably Voulez-Vous, though. I was drenched every night, and I was still drenched before we started Act 2. Dance number. Singing wise, oh my, I kind of liked all the songs except for Dance. That was a beast.
Yeah.
Flipping Through My Fingers was also really fun to sing.
No,
Yes.
it wasn't.
It made
No,
me
it
so
wasn't.
sad.
It made me cry every time.
I loved the harmonies though.
Yes,
Yes.
that's the one where we sounded wonderful backstage.
Yeah.
As we were crying.
All of
Yes.
us women were looking around at each other and we were just
That
sobbing
was.
while we were singing.
That was something.
Well, let me flip the question then. What was everyone's least favorite song to perform?
Oh, there was one song. There was one song we kept messing up backstage, like literally during the show too.
Oh,
But
what
I
was
think-
it? Oh, we had to use the music.
We just sang
Russell.
oohs at the very end, but we just kept
Oh
every
no,
time
it's
one person would mess
it's
it
the
up.
song. It was
SOS.
yes, it was Donna and Sam's
Yeah.
song. It was that one. Because no one knew the words besides Donna and Sam. We were in the back. We were like,
Take a Chance was
my-
horrible.
My least favorite was
Take a chance. We had trouble with.
do you remember how they whenever they gave us the soundtracks, it had the take a chance, take like on the soundtrack.
We should have used that.
Yeah, but we didn't.
say my least favorite was probably Money Money.
That's one of my favorite ABBA songs.
I never knew if, I mean, it was a combination of, it was really low, and it was also the combination of never knowing if I was going to fall off the table. And
We were going to drop you.
Up in the never know. You never
We
know.
were there to catch you. We would have catch you.
I know. It's just, that was like the one I was like, okay.
I think it's neat that for songs that a lot of us have been singing for decades and thought they were so simple, when it came to breaking them down and singing the pieces and Dawn playing them, they're a lot harder than
Oh,
they
yeah.
sounded on the radio.
Yeah, when you don't get to cherry pick your favorite parts from every song.
I know, yeah.
Dawn, during rehearsals, was there ever a number that you kept dreading? Like, oh boy, here we go.
Never was me.
I don't remember one in particular. I just know that like all of the singers were so versatile. You know, sometimes the harmonies were split into 3-part women, sometimes 4-part women, 4-part men, 3-part men, and no matter what part I asked someone to sing, it's like maybe sometimes they had to be singing a middle note and then they're dropping down and they're dropping back up, and everyone was great. I mean, it was just, they were so versatile that everything was always covered. So it made my job much easier.
For this next clip, you might want to get the hankies out. Michael, can we roll the next clip, please?
Sometimes I wish that I could freeze the picture and save it from the funny tricks of time slipping through my fingers. Will you give me away?
wedding day all over again.
Well, recently Emily had a recital for with the Savannah Voice Festival, and we did that song again.
Yes.
And during rehearsal, we got teary-eyed again. And we made it when we did it, you know, on the live stream. But it was like, oh no, we can't do this again. So it's still hard to sing that song to each other. It's just, it was so emotional, and that was her real wedding dress.
That was her actual wedding dress? Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was like,
What? I'd forgotten that.
yeah. So
Oh,
you
I didn't
know,
know that.
it was and our last performance. I don't think we really sang that last part. I don't
No.
remember.
No.
We were pretty.
That was teardrop
I just
city.
want to say, I just want to say hats off to you guys for being able to do that and pull it off so professionally.
Absolutely.
Every time. Having a daughter just graduate from high school, and I knew it was coming. That kind of catapulted me already to that moment. So I cried every time you guys sang it backstage. So I don't know how you guys got through it. I really don't. And congrats to all of you, our babies in the cast that graduated.
Yes.
Yeah. 2020 class. Let's go.
So, you know, we were sitting, those of us singing stage were right behind the set. So we could hear them. And when we knew they were crying, we were looking at each other. And I usually sat, you know, whatever we were sitting on, beside Andrea. And you know, Andrea has just had a baby.
Yes.
And you all know Miss Viola. So wonder someday if Andrea and Viola might sing that song. Just sitting backstage singing with everyone and accompanying the soloists on stage was a thrill.
It was
Also,
really hard not to sing backstage for me. Because I love the songs.
That song just brings, like, that moment just brings so much memories and emotions to not only us and to, like, but, like, probably the same exact feelings to people out in the audience, too. So, like, that's just one moment that is just so powerful, and I love it till this day. I will never stop loving that scene.
On that note, Kim and Emily, what was Todd and Fowler's reaction to that moment?
Todd boo-hooed every time. Baby.
Yeah.
He ugly cried every time.
I think Fowler shed a few tears as well.
Yeah.
I think he said, I just heard him say, "Aw." Yeah, I think I'm not sure if I told him that I was going to be wearing my real wedding dress until opening night, maybe. And I think I remember him coming backstage or across the street and him saying, like, "Now, was that your wedding dress?" I was like,
Never really get to wear it twice. You know,
I wore it like 20 times. I mean, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Neat to get to put the veil on again, you know. I did that when she got married, and I got to do it again in the show. So that's great.
The biggest regret with the show is not being able to sit in the audience and watch us do it. You know, the video is one thing, but watching it, I really would have liked to have seen that.
Speaking of regrets, who else had a regret about the show? Anyone else?
A regret?
Honestly, it's that same feeling. Like,
I wish it could have gone on forever. It was
yes.
I regret that it ended.
That's every show at Market House. You wish you could go on forever.
I could have used another month at least.
Kim regrets never calling me the right name. I came into her
not to have auditioned.
I think my regret is not showing up for that finale scene. And the dress need to be somewhere. Man, it's so quiet. Where's everybody?
Like, where's Tony?
But my regret, if I had not auditioned, I would have regretted it. And I thank Denise for encouraging me to audition. I had directed a couple of musicals, but I'd never been in one.
So what was it like being on the other side for a change, Lisa?
Well, it was quite an experience that I'm glad I had. Thank you, Denise.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Michael. But it was quite an education because when you're on the other side directing others, that's just a whole different thing. And just to be on stage with all these talented people was a thrill. Changed my life.
You're not the first to say that.
I know.
That's awesome.
It's a wonderful slogan.
And Lisa, I'll remember you used to say throughout this process that you didn't feel like you should be in the show.
Because I can't dance. Ask him. Ask him.
Girl, I can't either.
Dance. I think one of my regrets, we haven't talked about this too much. Haley mentioned it a second ago, but Haley was Sophie's understudy, and one show in the third weekend, the Saturday matinee, Haley was Sophie, and my regret is not being able to watch that because I had to do her stuff, and I was like fritzing out about that, and I wish I would have had the opportunity to go and sit out because I know she was absolutely.
She had all
You
the
did such a good job.
Oh my
all
God,
of it down to the team.
amazing.
That was the best experience of my life. And that was also the very first show I was ever in where I had like lines too.
Just a few.
It was just like the beginning of so much, and it was just so cool. And I don't know, cause like being able to, cause I didn't even know that was gonna happen. And like whenever I just got to like fill in for her on like the weekends, whenever Emily was out there doing the thing that she's most amazing at, and she came back like a champion, and we were all rooting for her. It was just so cool. And I don't know, Market House and Mamma Mia and everyone in that cast, it was just an entire life-changing show with that.
I think my biggest regret was not getting one "Good Eye Night" in the show anywhere, single time. And Michael told me I had one. He said, "You can have one of them."
Yes.
Dang it.
All right, go ahead. Here's your chance.
All right. Good eye, mate.
Hey!
That's it? That's all you got?
Well,
That's all I got.
Here, let me show the next clip, which actually gives a chance for Robert and Victoria to do the. Oh no!
Daddy, look at that hair.
Everyone was like peeking through to try and see. Yes.
Hysterical. I love that number.
That's my favorite Mamma
It
Mia.
was fun going after Robert. I gotta say, it was fun.
It was a lot of fun. And it's actually not our first time really going at each other on the Market House stage.
Every night you guys got a big reaction, I take it.
Oh yeah.
Rolling around on the
funnest
stage,
part.
Kevin does that.
And like I said earlier, when I'm rolling around with her and we're on the ground, I literally, I'm looking at Tony. He's just right there the entire time.
Mark, I asked our younger cast members this question. Was Mamma Mia the first exposure you had to ABBA's music?
No.
Really?
I'd seen it before, and my parents used to listen to it a lot, so I've heard it a lot.
Our final clip, Andrea couldn't be with us because her baby's sick, but we should also keep Audra Turner in our prayers. Her grandfather died a couple days ago, and so she wasn't able to join us. Please keep her in your thoughts and prayers as well. So we got one more clip to show before we wrap this up. Michael, let's show the finale.
Yes.
Was the most fun.
So much fun. So tiring, but so much fun. Yes.
That was fun.
You're going out into the audience is fun.
Yes, it was
Hey, I need everybody to to look at my costume real quick because originally there was no pink cummerbund. She said to match hands, and I was like, Leslie had a pink sequined girdle that came up to like.
I remember it.
My favorite part of the finale was that's when, you know, every finale and every show is the best part for the cast. But this was one of those shows where the audience was with us, singing
The whole time.
dancing.
Yeah.
It was more special than other ones have been
Absolutely.
because they were singing with us and dancing with us, and
Mhm.
I think that was really special.
Everyone loves to sing along.
But their energy coming off of them just made us like, whoa! I mean, it electrified us. I think every night it was like, yeah.
It was a party.
Well, as we wrap this up, let's do this. I want everybody in one word to describe your experience of working on Mamma Mia.
Fabulous.
Unforgettable.
Exciting.
Wonderful.
Fun.
Fun, yeah.
Wonderful.
Electric.
Exceptional.
Incredible.
Oh, electric. I like that.
Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie.
Phenomenal.
Memorable.
I think for me, it's Friends.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes,
We love you.
Absolutely.
I think, Michael, I think you mean family.
Yeah.
There you
Even
go.
better.
Both.
Family.
And Michael, you did a great job too.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
We couldn't have done it without you.
It's almost over.
I mean,
Like I said, it was all the nuances, the subtle things that Michael added that really made the show extra special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our stage manager, we could not have done it.
yes.
And woo!
Yay.
There you go.
Well, guys, this has been a lot of fun. Thanks again to everybody who came out for our first Cocktails with the Cast. We hope to see a lot of you in the next few weeks. We'll be revisiting a bunch of other shows. We'll try to do this every other week. So again, on behalf of the cast and crew of Mamma Mia Market House Theater, thank you again for joining us. Please stay safe.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
Love you guys.